aboard the North Carolina Transportation Museum's on-site train ride. Now, you folks just heard our brand new high-tech pre-recorded safety announcement. That young fella, he's pretty smart, but he's kind of new and he makes some mistakes. He even leaves out some information, so I got to cover up for what he did. For example, you just heard him say that Barber Junction Depot was built in 1889. Well, Southern Railway did not exist in 1889. He got his numbers backwards. It was 1898. He also told you about the horn signals that the engineer uses. He was correct when he said it. 2 blasts on an engine's horn means the train's going forward, and 3 blasts on an engine's horn means that a train is going to back up. But he left out the most important horn signal of all. Listen carefully for this. 2 long blasts, 1 short, then 1 more long blast. Listen carefully for that signal because someday it could save your life. That is the sound or the signal that's heard every time a train approaches a crossing. That's the signal for automobile drivers and pedestrians alike to please don't try to beat the train across the tracks. You're not going to make it. Now, before we leave station, I'd like to mention that our train crew is made up of volunteers. We donate our time and talents to keep the train running and ensure that our visitors have a pleasant and informative visit. This afternoon, our engineer is Mr. John Weeks, and doing double duty as both conductor and brakeman is Mr. Dennis Watson. The locomotive pulling our train today is Southern Railway Engine 2601. It's a GP30 diesel electric built back in 1963. Now, since some of you boarded the train after the safety rules were given, and we do have a lot of children with us today, I'd like to bring up that topic one more time. We have 3 basic safety rules here on the train. First of all, everybody must remain seated during the entire ride. Secondly, the restrooms on this train do not work, so please don't get up to use them. You're going to be very disappointed. Third, most important of all, if you're sitting next to an open window, please do not put any hands, heads, arms, legs, little sisters, or anything else outside the windows at any time. We do come remarkably close to other objects during this ride, and when it happens, there is no warning. There's one last item I'd like to mention. It has nothing to do with safety, but a lot to do with preserving what we have. If you're sitting next to a window that has pull-down window shades, please do not try to adjust those windows. behind the stand house and just a little bit to the left of it, you're going to see a fairly large, rather ugly looking piece of industrial equipment. You think this is maybe roast? It's a lathe. That lathe was used to burn through the driveways of steam locomotives. Now everybody we're about to do this, and then we're actually going to see the property. We're going to go out into the south. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming up to a stop and then we're going to reverse directions. Please remain seated. Now, earlier in our train ride, my electronic apprentice told everybody that on our way back, we're going to make a courtesy stop at the Roundhouse. Well, that's a very good description of what's going to happen. The stop at the Roundhouse is a courtesy to those passengers who do not want to go back to the parking lot and station area. You are not required to get off the train at the Roundhouse if you don't want to. Now, for those of you who are first-time visitors with us, the Roundhouse courtesy stop is immediately adjacent to our three main exhibit buildings. The Roundhouse, which is dedicated to railroading, the Flue Shop, which is our antique automobile collection, and the Back Shop, which is our largest exhibit building. Now, a word about the Back Shop, ladies and gentlemen. It is not a finished building. However, it is open for you to walk through. Currently, we're using it to store our newest acquisitions and even restoration work. We're rebuilding a Peanut Airlines DC-3 airliner in there. Now, for those of you who would like to leave us at the roundhouse, I'm going to ask you to please remain in your seats until an announcement is made that it's safe to leave the train, and there are two reasons for that. First of all, there is no platform at the roundhouse, so we have to put out a step box because of the extended distance to the ground. And second, and even more important than that, for a bumper stop, our engineer may have to realign the train, which means we can still move for a short distance even after we come to a stop. So please, ladies and gentlemen, remain in your seats until I make an announcement that it's safe to leave the train. We have several operations that we have to go through before people can leave. That may take some time after we have significant delays. So we appreciate your patience, but we have to keep the safety as the most important thing we have. Those of you who are with this on YouTube, please remain in your seats. We only stop at the roundhouse and then discharge passengers and do not remain at that location. Now, for those of you who are first-time visitors with us, when you go to the roundhouse, you can begin your tour by visiting some of the best of our rolling stock restoration projects. A good example of one of those restoration jobs is the 1925 Graham County Shea locomotive. When we first got the 1925 Shea, it was nothing more than scrap on wheels. It was real junk. But our volunteers did such a good job getting that locomotive up and running. We were invited to take it all the way out to Sacramento, California, where the rails were the last group of the millennium. But when we got out there, we discovered some of those rescuers did not have a very high opinion of a bunch of North Carolina volunteers who only work on weekends and after hours to keep our equipment running. You see, they organized a locomotive race, and thinking it would be an easy win for them, they challenged us. I don't have to tell you who won that race, do I? That's right, the 1925 Graham County Shea was the fastest Shea locomotive in America. You know, it was uncharitable that we had criticized those West Coast railroaders. They're actually good people, and they are dedicated to the preservation of railroad history like we are. It's just that morning they made one small miscalculation. They forgot we're from NASCAR country. Yes, we were accused of cheating, but they never proved it. And I know because I was here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're now going back to the property. And now, let's begin. We're going to arrive at the roundhouse courtesy stop. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I'll ask you to leave the train. Please remain in your seats until I make an announcement that it's safe to leave the train. Again, there may be a significant delay between the time we stop and the time that it's safe to leave. Another position here is registered for the information statement. Again, those of you who want to go back to our original speed notice, just remain in your seats. We only stop at the roundhouse long enough to discharge passengers and do not remain at that location. Well, I see my friends just got back from this coffee break. Sometimes it's hard to get Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to leave the train here at the roundhouse, please remain seated. There may be a significant delay between the time we stop and the time that passengers are allowed to leave, and we do it for your own safety.
they send it down here to speeders to repair?
Not really. They sometimes come down. It may do that when it's here. Small stink bug.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're now getting the signal to leave station. If you've left your seat, please return to it at this time. Remain seated for the duration of the ride. Thank you. I think I can. and gentlemen, we'll come to a stop. Please remain in your seats, no matter what the apprentice may say.
Scrapyard.
This train ride has been operated solely by volunteers. While they have been certified to Federal Railroad standards, they are donating their time to provide this train ride to museum visitors. Feel free to thank them as you depart the train. And remember, you can be a part of the museum that moves you by becoming a North Carolina Transportation Museum member. Members receive many benefits, including free admission and free train rides, except for special events. Discounts on select special events, a 10% discount in the gift station on most items, subscription to Shop Talk, our biannual member magazine, reciprocal benefits with over 300 museums worldwide for the Association of Science and Technology Centers Passport Program. You can purchase tickets ahead of the general public on events such as the Polar Express train ride. And of course,
Operated
it's
by
a great
604.
summer activity for families.
Operated by one of their
And of
steam
course,
locomotives.
it's a great anytime activity for families. Find out more about membership inside Barber Junction Depot or online at nctrans.org. Thank you for riding with us and enjoy the rest of your visit to the North Carolina Transportation Museum.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are now on our final run back to the station. On behalf of your train crew and myself, we'd like to thank you for riding with us this afternoon. Hope you enjoyed it, just as we hope you enjoy exploring the rest of these more expensive shops. And before the station, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we ask everyone to remain in your seats until the announcement is made that it's safe to leave the train and begin the cruise. In fact, for the couple of stop, our engineer may have to realign the staircase.
Sorry, you just stay in the window, okay?
Children, please make sure the children hold on to the handrails and do not push to jump down the stairs. We ask everyone to please exercise due caution. We got you back safely. Now it's up to you. Next stop, Barber Junction. Gentlemen, when we come to a stop, please remain seated. I will make an announcement when it's safe to leave the train.